So today's question, does a real estate agent ever retire? And what does it take to retire? What do we have to do in order to get to that coveted retirement that we're looking for? Just noticed I left the toaster out this morning. Look at that. Had my Eggos this morning, my healthy diet. Don't worry, they're fat-free. If you buy the Eggos, you get the fat for free. But I just noticed that I left it out here this morning. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this. And by the way, welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, that Eggo eating dude that tells you should eat healthier. And today's topic is going to be about how in the world do I sell a lot of real estate so I can stop selling real estate? Because there's nothing more embarrassing than being the 85, 90, 95, 100-year-old realtor where the buyers that you're taking out are like, oh, I hope she doesn't fall. Oh, she's so frail. I hope she doesn't fall down. She's 93 years old, still selling houses. And what happens is if you don't get rich very soon, you're going to convince yourself of all kinds of crap to justify your position. Things like, I love what I do. I want to do this forever. Why would I retire when I'm doing what I love to do? All the crap that we tell ourselves forever. Now, don't get me wrong. We all love what we do. We love the industry. We love helping clients. We love being involved in the biggest transaction they've ever had in their life. But you know what else we love? Traveling while you can still walk. Seeing the world. Enjoying the fruits of your labor. Having fun with your family, your loved ones, your friends, going to Greece, going to the Caribbean, going anywhere but here for a new life experience, experiencing different cultures, checking things out, and actually living your life. Now, this may be a long way away for you, but I want you to remember one thing, and this is the first writer downer, by the way. Retirement is not an age. It's a number. Write that down. Retirement is not an age, it's a number. My hair has really been driving me crazy. When you only got so much left, you got to figure out how to fluff and cover if you're not familiar with that. But if you know what your number is, how much money you're going to need in order to retire so that you don't outlive your money and end up broke, and being a Walmart greeter, Walmart doesn't even have greeters anymore, but being a Walmart greeter, working for minimum wage on your feet for 8 hours, 75 years old, and greeting people so that you can keep the electric bill paid. That's not where you want to be. I know this is controversial. I know this is offensive to some. I know there's going to be somebody that says, oh, I want to do this forever because it's what I love to do. I can promise you there's something that you would like to do more. Your family certainly would. Your loved ones are going to be a lot more excited to hear that they're going to Italy than they would be to hear that you're going to a listing presentation. So you need to start thinking about what kind of number do you need to have in the bank. The published number is $2.1 million. I don't think that's enough, because if you retired at 75, you're going to live 20 more years. So that's not going to be enough money, because by the time you're 75, a loaf of bread costs $9. So you're just not going to get there with that kind of number. But for an awful lot of people, if I said you need 2.1 million and I said, how short are you? You'd say 2.4 million short of having 2.1. That's right. If you had 300,000 in after expenses and after tax dollars, if you had 300 grand, you could get to zero. You could get to equal to the homeless. No debt, no net worth, no black, no red, right? We're not in the black, we're not in the red, we're just break even, whatever we collect today. And you might need 300 grand to get to zero. Incidentally, that's going to be our topic on tomorrow's coaching call. We're going to talk about how you get to zero and beyond to build a real net worth. For those of you that are Inner Circle coaching members, we're actually going to walk through that process. But I want you to remember, retirement is a number, not an age. You can retire at 50, or you can retire at 113, but it's a number, not an age. We certainly don't have a retirement plan, a pension plan at 65. You can just live forever on a monthly check that comes to you. That's not what happens with the career we chose. So it's up to you to not only make enough money to pay your bills every month and have a little bit of extra money in your bank account, but to have a lot of extra money that you can put away for the times that you don't want to work. For an awful lot of agents, they couldn't take a 30-day vacation, let alone 20 or 30 years without work, without income. So it's important for you to keep this in mind. You know, I talk to a lot of agents about this, and as I'm preparing for our upcoming coaching retreat, the Hustle and Grow conference, I'm doing a little session on, you know, what it takes for you to get the money that you need, the investments that you need, that residual that you need in order to not have to be struggling all the time and trying to get business to come into you. So we're going to talk a lot about that. And I'm going to show you how you can make this happen. First of all, knowing what number you need, and then making incremental gains to get there. Small gains to get you there. And the reason I say that is because, well, actually the ego example would be perfect for you. Every day, based on what you put in your body, you probably gain 3 ounces or lose 3 ounces based on what you're doing. So as an example, I've lost a little bit of weight. I've switched from those kickstarts that I was drinking to these Uptimes, 5 whole calories, but a lot less carbs, a lot healthier. It's all sugar-free and all that. These things are delicious, by the way. Good energy, 5 calories, very, very low carbs. As a matter of fact, 12 of these is equal to 1 of those other ones as far as carbs. But every day, I'm either gaining 3 ounces or losing 3 ounces. So you don't wake up one day and you're fat. This shit happens one bite at a time over the course of a long period of time, which is why you can't wake up one day and be skinny. Now, you can unhealthily, is that a word? You can unhealthily take it off very, 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 very quickly in an unhealthy manner, or you can eat better and exercise a little bit and lose 3 ounces a day. You can lose 100 pounds at 3 ounces a day if that becomes the new habit for you. Well, the same is true with your finances. You don't need to figure out how to make $2 million. You need to figure out how to put 3 ounces into your bank account, and then another 3 ounces and another 3 ounces. And those 3 ounces that compile, they start to get compounded interest and things start to look very good for you. But this is not something that happens overnight. You cannot get fat overnight. You cannot get skinny overnight. Your bank account can't get fat overnight either. It's just not going to happen. It probably could get skinny. You could give all your money away, right? You could have liposuction out of the checking account. But it's very difficult to say, okay, I got $2.5 million. Now I can retire. Or whatever that number is for you. For a lot of people, they just like to get to zero. We'll be talking about that tomorrow on the coaching call. But when you realize that every day, so if you want to start losing weight, just little bitty changes, little things. You know, I've got a buddy of mine, he's lost 35 pounds. He's like, all I do is everything that I eat, I just leave a little bit left over and throw it away. I got a sub. I'm going to eat this much of it. I'm going to throw this part away. I'm just going to start rationing a little bit. I'm going to start having a little bit of portion control. I eat the same stuff. He said, if I order a 6-piece chicken nugget, I'll only eat 4. Then I'll throw it away. There's a guy on TikTok right now that decided he was going to eat McDonald's 3 times a day for 30 days in a row. And he lost all kinds of weight. He ate McDonald's 3 days a week, or 3 times a day, I mean, every day of the week for 30 days straight. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, every single day for 30 days, he ate McDonald's and he lost weight. You know why? He ordered off of the meal menu, number 1, number 2, number 3. He always varied it up, but he ate exactly half of what they sold him. He threw the rest away. Take the Big Mac meal, cut it in half. And those little changes he made created that change he was looking for in his body. I want you to think about that for your retirement accounts. I want you to think about that for your investments. You do not need to have a big, grandiose plan of how you're going to make this happen. You need little bitty incremental, but consistency, little bitty incremental gains, little decisions you make every day on what you do, how you're generating your revenue, how you move forward, move the chains, earn the income you need, have a little bit of extra money in your account, but most importantly, start putting money away for a retirement account. I don't care if you've got $1,500 in stocks. If you have a $2,000 CD, go get another $500 one, and then another, and then another. And then we're going to start getting some big months. As an Inner Circle coaching member, we're good. When we start pumping these ads, when we start getting lots of traffic coming into you, you've got a lot of revenue coming in. You can pay off all your debts, because obviously you want to pay off your debts, but you'd be surprised how many people are investing, but they're paying 18% on their damn credit card balance. I'm like, you're getting a 5% return on your investment, but you're paying 18% over here. You know how you can get 18% on your money? Pay off the damn credit card. What are you doing? I'm not a financial advisor. Don't take advice from a guy on YouTube. Get a financial advisor, but make basic common decisions here, right? Like do the smart thing. But it's important for you to focus on money. If you're going to be a business owner, it's not just about, oh, I really care about my clients and I love what I do and I want to do this forever and I always just represent them. I never put my own money. You're going to be a 113-year-old real estate agent. You got to be a CEO for once. You got to spend some time focusing on what you're trying to build for you, your family, your loved ones, and ultimately your future. So retirement is not an age. It's a number. The first thing we need to do is get that number. So you have a hardcore number. This is exactly what I'm going to need, including inflation. Because like if you retire 10 years from now, and even if inflation's at 10%, it'll probably be higher than that. But if inflation's at 10%, everything costs twice as much. I bought a new pickup truck the other day. I got to buy the big pickup trucks for hauling horses. $100,000, $101,000. You mean to tell me a freaking pickup's going to be 200 grand in 10 years? Like this inflation, everybody thinks prices are going to come down. They'll never come down. If inflation goes down to 2%, that means it's already stuck at the price it's at. It's going to keep going up another 2%. It's never going down. That would be deflation. It's not going to happen. These 2x4s are ridiculous. I can't build anything. I got to wait on the prices. They ain't coming down. They're just going to slow down the amount that they go up. It's $5 for a 2x4. Next year, it's going to be $5.50. Unless they can get inflation down to 2%, then it's going to be $5.10 or whatever that number is. So you need to plan for how much you're going to need when that time comes so you can start right now. You can start earning the kind of income you need now. Don't wait until you're 3 years away and say, holy shit, I should have thought of this decades in advance. Now, you don't need a lot of time if you get a good game plan together. I've got an awful lot of agents that meet with me on a blueprint day. We're doing a ton of blueprint. It's just a private consulting day with me. We're doing a lot of them on Zoom now because people don't have to fly to me. So we're doing them on Zoom. And one of the first things we talk about is where are you at financially? That's fine. If you've got some debt or whatever, we're going to get out of that. We're going to create a game plan so that you are on track and you hit these benchmarks, you hit these summits as you're climbing this mountain so that you have those checkpoints and I'm there. I'm doing the right thing. I'm on track. I'm right where I need to be. But if you don't have that GPS designed, there's no way for you to take that path. Retirement is not an age. It's a number. Figure out your number. If you need help figuring out your number, let me know. But the marketing you put in place will generate the revenue that you're looking for if you go about it the right way. As an Inner Circle coaching member, you already know you have access to all of that. If you're not a member with us for some reason, check out the video description below here. There's a couple of links of videos you can watch right now. This very minute, you can watch them. Just drop in your email address and boom, it plays to show you how you can get going on the right track. But financially, I can promise you today, you will gain 3 ounces or you will lose 3 ounces. Okay. If you're in debt right now, if you have credit cards, IRS, you owe on your car, that's the craziest thing in the world. Go sell 2 houses and buy a car for cash. I don't understand why people do that, but it's very easy to generate revenue. But if you're in debt right now, you're gaining 3 more ounces of weight in debt today, or you can do some certain things that you lose 3 ounces of weight in debt. So I want you to start growing your accounts the right way, but you've got to look at those daily decisions. You got to eat. You got to drink, you got to keep doing what you're doing, but make more responsible decisions. The same is true in your real estate business. There's little incremental changes you can make that will cause a massive difference to your bottom line, your ultimate happiness. And, ultimately, the big fear for me was always, I don't want to be a burden to my loved ones when I get older. I don't want to be a burden. I don't want my son to be married and secretly in the back corner, I'm living with them, and in the back corner, they're fighting with you. What are we going to do with your dad? We need to get him to a nursing home. He's always in the way. He's always rude. I'm an asshole anyway. So I know when I'm real old, I'm going to be an asshole. Like, I don't want that to happen. I don't want to be a burden to others. So while I'm still young, I identify as a 21-year-old. So while I'm still 21 years old, I want to make sure that I do the things I need to do so that when I identify as old and decrepit, I don't have to worry about being a burden to others. I decided to get rich working, but it's an every single day decision. I want you to do exactly the same. I'm honored to have you on board with us here. If you're not following this channel for some reason, follow the channel, ring the bell so you can get notified. We've got some cool topics we'll be covering here, and I'm happy to have you on board with us as an Inner Circle coaching member. We'll keep getting you making more money as long as you're implementing the right way. Thanks for joining. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.